Hi, I'm Jake. I'm a summer camp counselor, and I've also spent the past couple of years studying Texas turtles, so I like outdoor education. I was supposed to be a freshman here at the University of Tennessee studying forestry this year, until the world kind of ended. So I decided to defer enrollment and wait a year for school. But in the meantime, since I have some money saved up, and since I really don't take life all that seriously, I decided to quit my day job and spend some of the money I do have saved filming myself solo camping at state parks across Texas. Here's how that's going. My friends, welcome to Lake Brownwood State Park. Located here outside of Brownwood, Texas, on a 537-acre plot of land purchased in the 30s for $1. That's a deal almost 300 times better than the Louisiana purchase. It is filled to the brim with old CCC Architecture and Cactus. A lot of cactus. I got my tent set up, I got dinner in the cooler, I hung my trash so the raccoons don't steal it. Again, for the 43rd time. Like I said earlier, I'm a big Texas wildlife guy. I like to learn about it and I like to teach about it. So that's why on every episode, I want to do a little segment where I find an animal and I talk about it. So that's why we're going to go for a hike and see what we find. Tomorrow, we're going to get up early and we're going to hike around the lake. But today, we're going inland. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find any animals on the first hike, but I did learn something new. While I was walking along, I found this strange little thing, a prickly pear cactus growing out of a live tree. I thought it was strange, and I even said so out loud at the time. There's one you don't see every day. However, a little farther along down the trail, I found another one, so I decided to do a little research when I got back to my campsite. It turns out it is an uncommon but not unheard of phenomenon to see prickly pear cactus growing out of live trees, especially live oak or mesquite trees in the southwest. I wasn't really able to find out why it happens, but it was definitely cool to see. But now, it's dinner time. For tonight, since it's the first episode, we're keeping it simple. Hot dogs and chicken noodle soup. Because this is a proper camping trip. Secret ingredient. Also, just a reminder that despite all the editing tricks I inevitably throw in here, I'm still very new to all of this. I'm filming it on an iPhone. I'm learning as I go. There's a lot of things like for example, like the lighting I figured out when you're outside, especially when the sun's going down, it changes like that. Like Otherwise, though, can definitely say that mealtime has been proven a success. In the words of the prophet Jello Biafra, soup is good food. I planned on getting up before sunrise to hike the lake trail, so I decided to hit the tent early. Hello, big birds. It was chilly in the morning. As I walked along the trail, I kept my eyes peeled on the sides, hoping to catch a lizard or a little furry mammal. But instead, I found this girl, a huge Orbweaver spider. Orbweaver spiders are the most common builders of spiral-shaped webs like this one. They're generally active in the evening, they eat their own webs at night, and then they build another one every single day, usually around the same place. They're generally pretty big, although the females are much larger and much more colorful than the males. This one is a female right here. Orbweavers are a very large and very general family under arachnids. They have many different varieties, and because of that, their habitat is essentially planet Earth. These big green ones are pretty common in the Southwest. As long as you leave them alone, they won't mess with you at all, and they eat a whole lot of bugs. I remember seeing these a lot at Jill Pool Lake when I was a kid, so it was cool to find one again. Here is where it looks like some little animal has been using this rock to bust open some shells and some prickly pear fruit. After the lakeside hike, I stopped down by the boat docks, then went to look at some of the old historic CCC architecture. CCC stands for Civilian Conservation Corps, a public work relief program during the Great Depression that built this and hundreds of other state parks across America. I'll talk a lot more about their history when I visit Mother Neff State Park. Making my way out of the park, it felt good. It definitely wasn't flawless, and I still won't act like I know what I'm doing, but it was satisfying. So I'm headed up to Red River Country next week, so if you want to see more, then stick around.